Let's all do something good today.
Hey y'all, welcome to Dad Does Dinner. I'm Chase, and on today's menu we've got smoked hot wings. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Dave Kerr. Dave just started a YouTube series called The Show Show. He is interviewing local theater artists and capitalizing on the widespread success of Dad Does Dinner. I sat for him yesterday and we had a great time. Speaking of the success of our show, I am up to 27 YouTube subscribers, and at the rate we're going to hit that magic 1,000 number by 2025, so y'all keep subscribing and hitting that like button. So today I'm using a whole chicken wing and separating it myself. So if you get the whole wings, they're a little bit cheaper to buy this way. You just get a good pair of kitchen shears. Certainly a sharp knife will work on this too. You got some joints you need to cut through. The first one, you're going to cut the end of the wing off, and it's just a simple cut with your shears. The next cut, we have this joint that's connecting the drumette and the flat. And just find it with your shears, and you just cut right through it. Simple as that. And I'm putting these on some paper towels just to get some more of that moisture off the skin. By smoking this, we're going to draw some of the moisture out, and then we're going to finish these on the grill. In my own house, we got varying tastes. My wife's a traditionalist. She likes that vinegary bite of a regular buffalo wing. Sawyer, he likes them kind of sweet and kind of spicy. And me, I like them regrettably hot to where I'm hating myself for eating them the next day. I got my tips separated from my wings and my flats. I patted them all dry with the paper towels. I pulled out about 8 wings for myself, and I'm gonna hit these with 2 tablespoons of this extra hot Louisiana Crystal hot sauce, and probably another 2 tablespoons of regular Tabasco sauce. So just get that mixed well and let that sit, and we're gonna mix up our rub. As an avid viewer of Dad Does Dinner, I know you've memorized my barbecue rub recipe. Just in case you need a refresher, here's what it is. Of course, this is a recipe that was passed down from my great-great-great-grandpappy Wade, who fought in the Civil War, and when needing something to season their meat, they came up with this. Okay, that's not true, but it is a recipe that I put together myself. I've tried a lot of different things, and this is what I like. So I start with a cup of brown sugar. This is an 1/8 of a cup of kosher salt and an 1/8 of a cup of pepper. I've got a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a tablespoon of smoked paprika. Put those together. That's my basic barbecue rub. I'm gonna take a little less than a 1/2 cup of rub. Put that there. Those will go over the family's wings. For my wings, maybe just a little more than a 1/4 cup there. And then to this, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of chipotle powder. If you haven't tried chipotle powder, go easy on it. It is spicy. It's got a lot of that back end smoky heat to it, and I just really love it. So I just take my regular rub, and I'm gonna put it liberally on here. We'll go ahead and use all of it. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, I made these for the first time for my family. Usually I just do a grilled wing and then sauce those. And everybody really liked it. Even my wife, who is kind of hit or miss on smoked food, depending on her mood, she thought we were really good and was looking forward to eating these today. Now these wings she likes like she likes me, which is hot and naked. That comment was not wife approved. Or she'll eat these with a little buffalo sauce on them. So with these wings I pulled out for me, remember they're soaking in the Crystal hot sauce and the Tabasco sauce, and now I'm gonna rub these with the super secret famous barbecue rub plus chipotle chili powder in it. So I'm gonna add all of that in there. That's a good bit of rub for just 8 wings. But like I said, I like them spicy. I like them hot. I gotta say the odds are pretty high that I'm gonna mix up which wings are mine and which ones are for the family when I get them on the smoker. We're gonna mix up 3 different sauces here. They all start with butter and Frank's Red Hot sauce. Frank's is a very traditional tasting buffalo sauce. It's a cayenne pepper sauce, but don't let that scare you. It almost has 0 heat to it. Maybe just a little bit of the back end heat. It's very vinegary. It's got a bite to it, a sharp bite to it. And if that's how you like your wings, then this is what you want, is the Frank's Red Hot, just the regular sauce, not the Frank's Red Hot wing sauce. So I start with a stick of melted butter. That's a 1/2 cup of butter. And to that, I'm gonna add about 2 cups of the Frank's Red Hot sauce. If you can see that, that's that orange color that you look for when you're eating regular buffalo wings. See, I've still got some nice Corona hair going. I have not yet built up the courage to sit for my wife to give me my Corona cut, but this is the longest that my hair has been in probably 30 years. Now Sawyer likes what he calls a spicy barbecue sauce. I call it a buffalo barbecue sauce. So I'm simply gonna start with some barbecue sauce. This is just store-bought barbecue sauce, flavor that he likes. Got about 3/4 of a cup in there. To that, I'm gonna sweeten it up even a little bit more, and I'm gonna use this good local honey that our friend Kelly makes. It's the Bee Charmers honey. It's awesome in Montgomery, Texas. You can find her on Facebook. So I added about a tablespoon of that. Got 3/4 of a cup of barbecue sauce, and add to that about another cup or so of the buffalo sauce. Give this a taste. It's good. You'll want it a little bit sweeter than that. I ended up with 3 tablespoons of honey on this. Okay, now for my sauce. I have about 1/4 cup diced chipotles, and I'm gonna take the sauce that I mixed up for Sawyer, and I'm gonna add 1/2 cup. So now I got 3/4 of a cup. I'm also gonna add to this another tablespoon of Tabasco and a tablespoon of Crystal. So give this a taste. That's good. Not quite enough hot enough for my taste, so I'm gonna add more Tabasco, another tablespoon of the Crystal, another taste. It's better, but it's not quite where I want it. I'm gonna add some of this chipotle chili powder. Right now this has a whole lot of back end heat, but it doesn't have really any of that just punchy in the mouth heat that I like when I have a wing. That's pretty good. I'm gonna add one more thing. I got some cayenne pepper. This is pretty hot. A little goes a long way. So I got about a 1/2 teaspoon that I'm putting in. All right, I think we're getting there. So it's pretty close to a heat level that I like. I'm hoping that those wings that I added that hot sauce to and the chipotle chili powder to are also gonna bring me a little bit more heat. It doesn't have quite the sweetness that I want. And I'm gonna add some fig preserves to this. When cooking savory stuff, I've really found that adding things like dried fruit or preserves can really bring some nice sweetness to it. It's not an overpowering sweetness like you might get with brown sugar or something like that. There we go. So we got a good sweetness, got a bit of that bit of vinegar bite, and a good bit of heat. So we're gonna call this done. As you can tell, I probably do this a little bit different each time. Have fun with your sauces, have fun in the kitchen, put together stuff you like. If you're a traditionalist, that one's super simple, just with the butter and the Frank's Red Hot. Now we're gonna whip up some easy to make homemade blue cheese dressing. So in my bowl, I've got about 1/3 cup of mayonnaise, 1/3 cup of sour cream, and I've got the zest of a whole lemon. And now I'm gonna add the juice of a whole lemon. I like to use the zest and the juice in this dressing. All right, to that, I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of blue cheese. So I'm gonna whisk all this together. Also, that lemon juice that we added thins this out a little bit. It gets it to a better dipping consistency. I'm gonna add to this about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a few cracks of black pepper. Just give that a quick taste. Just right. Kind of tangy, got a little bit of a bite to it. This is gonna be great for our wings. Here at Dad Does Dinner, we won't let a passing thunderstorm or imminent threat of tornado keep us from bringing you the quality programming you deserve. So we're gonna get our wings on the smoker. I've got a log of oak on the smoker. Gonna add my wings. All the wings are on. We're gonna let them go for about an hour at 200 degrees. So here at Dad Does Dinner, we always give a shout out to Mike and the crew at One Arm Brewing and Barbecue in San Angelo, Texas. It's a mini micro brewery, and they're famous for their all-you-can-eat endless sausage platter. I know Mike's cooking up something really special this week, so y'all be sure to tune into his YouTube channel, One Arm Brewing and Barbecue. We got those wings on just in time. It's really coming down now. They'll be just fine on that smoker. We're living in a weird and scary time right now, and I know that the anxiety and fear and stress caused by the coronavirus, it's weighing on some of us. I know the past couple of days I was feeling kind of down, kind of funky. No real reason for it other than just I'm not doing the things that I'm used to doing, being in the classroom in front of my kids that I miss so much. And I found myself in a little bit of a funk. I was able to work myself out of it by doing something good for somebody else, by being able to help somebody else out who reached out to me. And immediately I felt better. So see what you can do for somebody else. Do something good, reach out, help, and we'll all get through this thing together. After an hour on the smoker, here's what they look like. Some of that fat has rendered out. They're a beautiful smoky color. You can see how the smoke really took to these wings. And now we'll transfer to the gas grill, which was preheated on high, and now I'm turning to low. Wings are on the grill. Got the spicier ones on the right, regular ones on the left. I think they'll probably spend about 10 minutes on each side. Amanda likes her wings to be a little on the drier side with a crispier skin. I like mine to retain a lot more of their fat and their moisture, and I don't cook mine quite as done as I will hers. So I'm going to close up the grill and check them in about 10 minutes. After about 7 minutes, I'm hearing a lot of popping and sizzling, so I decided to give them a check. Start to turn them, and look how gorgeous that looks. A little bit of char, that skin's tightening up. You want to be able to flip. You want to be able to turn the wings fairly easily. They should release from the grill, just like that one did there. If they're sticking too much, you don't want to turn them. They're not ready to be turned, so wait till they release. These look and smell amazing. All right, while I'm waiting for Amanda's to get to the right crispiness on that skin, I'm going to go ahead and try one of these. That is just tremendous. That rub that we put on is sweet and spicy and salty. The skin had just enough crispness, gave a nice little pop. The smoke flavor is really coming through, but it doesn't overpower it because we only spent an hour on that smoker. So these are really good. I'm going to finish up Amanda's and then go inside, sauce a few, leave some just the way they are, and then we'll be ready to eat. So these wings are just off the grill. I'm going to dust them with a little bit more of the rub. This is just a general rub without the chipotle powder, just to give it one more pop of flavor. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get Sawyer sauced. You may notice that I haven't mentioned Peyton. Peyton is kind of hit or miss on these. We never know exactly which sauce he's going to want, or if he's going to want these at all. He's a little bit of a picky eater, so he's going to have his choice of 3 sauces or them just plain old naked wings. The sauce did earn Sawyer's approval, so it's officially Sawyer approved. And now we'll do the traditional sauce. And now for the chipotle barbecue sauce. I am so excited about my wings. That was the first time that I added that chipotle chili powder to my rub. And after I tasted it and talked to you about it, that back end heat just kept coming, and oh, I love it. All right, let's have a taste. Sauce, little bit of blue cheese. I'm very happy with that wing. That smoke flavor that we get from that good oak wood that we did, mixed with the chipotle, which is a smoked jalapeno. They complement one another nicely. This has a good bit of front end heat, a lot of back end heat. And then that lemoniness that's in that blue cheese dressing, it really does kind of cut through all the richness of the wing and the dressing. Very tasty. Now we'll try the traditional one. That's a good old traditional sauce with that smoked wing. Works really well. Has that sharp vinegar bite to it that you like when you want a traditional buffalo wing. And then the blue cheese dressing on that really kind of smooths out and rounds out the vinegary bite that it has. And finally, the buffalo barbecue, blue cheese. You can see Sawyer's thoroughly enjoying his wings. Check out that mullet.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Corona classic right there. The buffalo barbecue, also really good. So you got that traditional buffalo sauce with the sweetness of that barbecue and then that honey that we added to it. It's once again, that whole sweet, savory mix that I find so appealing. Really like it, just a little bit of spice. I'm gonna sit down and enjoy me some wings. Remember to do something good out there. I'll see you next time. My entire face is on fire, and I love it.
Guess I'll do something good today.